So I officially have my new homeschool planner for the 26 to 27 school year. In this upcoming school year, I will be homeschooling a first grader and a third grader, which is crazy. But yesterday on my Instagram story, I posted that my new planner for the year came in, and I was flooded with a lot of messages asking me to show the inside of this planner and to basically explain why I decided to choose this year instead of my tried and true that I've been using over the last 3 years. Because if you know me, you know that I love Schoolnest planners. Like I said, I've been using them for the last 3 years. I have tried a lot of different planners. I even made a planner myself, and no matter what, I just keep going back to this one. So we know her, we love her. She's my tried and true for a reason. And especially during the school year, everyone sees me post my planning videos, and this is what I've been using. I have bought 4 of her planners, but I've bought 3 of this specific style and layout, okay? So before I flip you over and show you the inside of the new one, I just wanna talk to you about a couple of reasons why I decided to go this route, because obviously this is a lot pricier than the cheapy, well, not a lot pricier, it's just pricier than the cheapy Amazon one, okay? So basically, when you're ordering the one from Amazon, this is the only spine option you get, which is fine. Obviously, I've used it for the last 3 years. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. But when you're trying to write, like in the middle right here, it just gets a little annoying and one of my pet peeves, honestly. And then on her website, you can get it, I'm pretty sure, unbound. You can also get it like this, where it lays flat, or you can get the spiral binding, which is clearly what I chose. Might be trivial to some people, but I like it. I feel like it makes a huge difference in just like me being neat in here and having it not be messy. So besides the spine, the Amazon planners, the pages are super thin. In the beginning of using this planner, I was having a really hard time finding highlighters. I like to color code things, but I was having a hard time finding highlighters that would not bleed through. And even the ones that I have that wouldn't bleed through, I still had to use it like super quick so it wouldn't have the chance to bleed through, you know? And I've seen lots of videos on her, and lots of photos in her Facebook group showing like a bunch of test trials of different markers, and it will not bleed through these papers because, if you can hear this, it's a heavier paperweight. Is that how you say it? It's a thicker paper, and not a lot of things bleed through. So that was another reason. But also, just like right off the bat, something else that I noticed as I have both of them right here in front of me, the covers, the textures in them. So on the Amazon ones, they are more of like a matte feeling. And because this lived on my kitchen island, I would get this dirty and I couldn't get it off. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a bunch of oil marks on here. And I've heard people say that like, because this is a little bit glossier, like things wipe off easier. So that's nice as well. And I don't know, I think this one's also just really cute. This is one of her pre-order planners. And when I was ordering this, it said it would take up to 6 weeks, and I got mine in a week. So not saying that's true for everyone, but that was obviously nice. So I'm going to flip you around and show you the inside of the new one. And then I'll show you examples just like super quick of how I used to use my old one. The planner grid that I got was a 6x7 because I'm used to a 6x7. So basically 6 boxes across, 7 down. I do the days of the week across, and then I do all the subjects down on the bottom. That's just what makes sense in my mind. And I also got the layout where all of the months are in the beginning. You have the option where you can have all the months in the beginning of the planner, or you can have it be the monthly calendar, and then I think 5 weekly spread pages, and then another monthly calendar, the weekly pages, and so on and so forth. But I didn't want to switch up too many things. I'm used to this layout, so I just wanted to stick with this. So let me flip you around and do a really quick flip through of the new planner. So like I mentioned before, this is the planner that I pre-ordered. It has a 6x7 grid with the months in the front, 52 weeks and undated. One thing I forgot to mention is that the pages in this planner are cream colored compared to the ones in the Amazon one, which are white. But when you first open up, you have a little welcome page that tells you everything that's in this planner. And then you have some blank pages right here. This one says vision board, then you can just literally use this for whatever you want. I'm gonna mention this probably a few times, but on Facebook in her group for Schoolnest planners, she shares a lot of different templates and ways to use the planners and just ideas and layouts, and a lot of people share how they also use these as well if you ever need some like inspiration. But you have a couple of calendar pages, blank, everything's blank, okay? And then events, adventures, you have a couple of tracker pages right here. And then you also have progress trackers, which I used to use for curricula. to see how much we had left. Then you also have blank progress trackers. I've seen people use them for like reading logs and stuff like that. But then you have these book list pages right here. So there's quite a few of these that you can use. And then you have list and plans where the way that I use these, I use 1 page per kid or however many I need. And I write down per quarter what curricula we'll be using, or you can write down any field trips you want to take, whatever. There's plenty of options, plenty of pages of that. And then we get into the monthly pages. So like I said before, I have all of the months up front. So, you can just fill that out. And then it goes to the weekly pages, if I can find that. Give me 1 second. Okay, anyways, so before the weekly pages, you have the weekly overview. And if you've seen any of my Plan With Me videos, you know that this is where I typically make a list of all of the lessons that I would like to get done during that week. And then, because I reverse plan, so I make a list of all the lessons that I would like to get done, and then I reverse plan them into the weekly plan page. So you have boxes right here with a little tracker. You also have week numbers at the bottom if you want to do it like that too. And then on this page right here, you can, obviously circle or highlight the date at the top, whatever. But I think I mentioned it earlier, the way that I use this. I write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday notes. This is for me. And then this is where I do our subjects. And on the bottom, I typically have an open section. And that's where I write down the extracurriculars I have per day with the kids, anything out of the house or any appointments or whatever. But at the end of this planner, just have some blank pages. You can use this for plans for the next school year if you want, but that is basically it. So very excited to use this new planner. And really quickly, I will just show you a little glimpse of how I used to use this planner. Let me just go. Okay. So like I said, I reverse plan. So I like to use the weekly goals and notes page where I would write down all the lessons that I would like to get done. And then once we are done, I usually will check it off or cross it off and then reverse plan it into the weekly plan area. So anyways, that's the difference between the two planners. Not a ton of differences besides the quality, which is a major difference, So super excited to use this planner this upcoming school year, and low-key scared to start writing in it. I'm not a pencil type of gal, but I think I'm gonna have to start off with pencil because I really don't want to mess this one up. So I can't wait to start doing my Plan With Me videos again. I honestly just can't even wait to the next school year.